How's it going, folks? It's Lobo and welcome back to the channel. So of course the time on the screen is when you can flip to catch my reaction, because right now we're going to be talking about WandaVision. But I would also like to mention, right now I just finished recording Annabelle Comes Home and I loved that film and I really enjoyed it. So by the time this video is out, I will have already uploaded that. So if you haven't caught my reaction to that, or quite recently La Llorona, or the new Conjuring movie, those are all in the description, as well as the previous videos of WandaVision if you also haven't seen them. But right now, on to WandaVision. Here we are with episode 8. Only 2 more of these left. I'm kind of sad, not gonna lie. So, essentially, the last 2 episodes were not my favorite. They're still really good, but I said before, I just felt like it kind of lost a little bit of a spark, kind of, because we had this whole idea, or excuse me, not like, let's say, lure or whatever, you know what I mean? It was very mysterious, very ominous. You don't know what's going on, and I love the kind of like juggling and guessing and stuff that it had, because you're like, what is real and stuff. But now the curtain's been lifted, or whatever you want to call it and stuff, so now we kind of know the truth. I has always said I thought Wanda was not in control, and then it's like, no, she is in control. So I was like, was I wrong? And then I was like, no, I kind of feel like someone else is in control. And then it turned out it was Agnes all along, as the song went last episode. So I'm like, okay. But I did a little non-spoiler research, because I looked up, because to my knowledge, well, not to my knowledge, it said her real name is Agatha Harkness. So of course I put Agatha Harkness, Marvel Comics, into Google just to see what pops up, and lo and behold, written by Stan Lee, 1970. And I was like, okay, this is a real Marvel character from the comics. And then I closed the app. That's all I wanted to know. I wouldn't call it a spoiler. I'm not looking at like her history and stuff. I don't know what the deal with her is. Like I said, Wanda's comics or Scarlet Witch's comics, I don't know. So I was just like, I have a feeling this is a comic character. So I looked it up, and lo and behold. But it's still a little odd, bro. It's funny too, because in like the first episode or 2, I couldn't remember her name correctly, like Agnes's name. So I accidentally called her Agatha. I guess Agatha. So I was like a vowel off. I called her Agatha. So I was like, oh shit, I was right all along. You know, it's just weird. Agnes is such a funny character. I love the wink she gives, you know what I mean? She's that. I just find it funny. She's a very playful character, but then she turned dark. She's like, ha, I killed Sparky too. I was like, what the shit, bro? So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I don't know how these episodes are going to play out, because we have her in her little like dungeon room. Kind of reminds me of the Sanctum Sanctorum from like Doctor Strange, but she has her own little mystical dungeon, or whatever you want to call it. And Monica has some power. She's able to access the I don't know, the ethereal world or some shit. She sees things in colors, like, I don't know. She looks like she's tripping like balls, but I don't know. Maybe they'll explain what her power is. And the twins are missing, so that's also interesting. And Vision knows he's dead, because he was with Darcy, and she revealed the truth about him. That he was an Avenger. Well, I wouldn't say wife, they weren't really married, but Scarlet Witch killed him at his request. Then he got resurrected by the Time Stone, then died again, and now he's dead. So now he knows, and then he kind of flew off. So let's see what happens here. Episode 8. I'm sad this is gonna end. I'm not gonna say that these are gonna be bad episodes. I don't want to have that negativity, but I felt like after like episode 5, it lost its, you know what I mean? Because it how do I say this? I don't want to say it like a child losing their innocence, but it did. It lost that sort of charm it had. But it's still really good though. But I just kind of wish they dragged it on a little bit more, of kind of like, I liked guessing and not knowing what's going on, but now it's becoming more straightforward. So we'll have to see how this plays out. yeah, so let's just get started because I've been talking enough, and I'm ready to watch the second to last episode of WandaVision. No way, this episode is 46 minutes. All these episodes have been like 37 with 7 minutes of credits, so at least we got some extra time here. It's also funny because a lot of this series has been me forgetting shit because I just forgot everything from Age of Ultron. So I'm not going to make that mistake again, and I'm going to watch all the Captain Americas before I start Falcon and the Winter Soldier, just to refresh my memory. Salem, Massachusetts, 1693. What? Damn, she's old.
Are you a witch?
You're asking her if she's a witch?
You practice the darkest of magic.
I know nothing of these crimes. I swear it.
Enough!
It's just like a little witch cult. The MCU has not had anything like this before.
Mother! Please!
That's her mom?
Mother!
Moors, monks.
What the hell? She's like stealing their life energy. Damn, she is strong then. Jesus. So does she steal power? I'm not sure about the witches of the MCU. I didn't even know they existed. I know like magic did, but like this kind, So does she need to draw that energy to prolong her life? Kind of like the ancient one, drawing from the dark dimension? She's obviously hundreds of years old.
That's adorable. My thoughts are not available to you, Toots.
No way she's stronger than Wanda.
Magic's no good here. Basic protection spell? One at each wall? No? Only the witch that casts the runes can use her magic. How do you not know the fundamentals?
Dude, chill with the bird,
What's your
bro.
secret, sister?
I need you to tell me how you did this.
I didn't do anything. I'm not.
Obviously, I've seen Doctor Strange's display of magic, but this is different. This is more like spell books and stuff. Even though Doctor Strange did have that, but this is a little bit more witch sorceress like. Her favorite shows.
You pick.
My pick isn't here.
That's
I forgot.
crazy.
I put it.
I saw Malcolm in the Middle. I was right. I don't know if that was last episode. No, that was 2 episodes ago. I was right. Let's go. So this was episode 1. That's crazy. Oh my god, what the hell? Scared the shit out of me. Was that like a bomb? What? Stark? This was back when Tony was probably still like a weapons dealer.
By the end of the episode, you realize it was all a bad dream.
Used a probability hex.
No, it just never went off. It was defective. We didn't.
You were safe as kittens the whole time. So what I see here is a baby witch, obsessed with sitcoms and years of therapy ahead of her.
Does Agnes think she was born with her powers and not know she was experimented on?
Only way forward is back.
Hail Hydra. And there's Loki's scepter. No, that's how she got her powers. The Mind Stone. That looked like her in her, like, costume.
So, little orphan Wanda got up close and personal with an infinity stone that amplified what otherwise would have died on the vine.
So was she already magical, and then the Mind Stone just awoken her powers and amplified them?
So where are we now?
Yep, Malcolm in the middle.
Vision?
I apologize.
I used to love watching Malcolm in the Middle.
It's funny because of the grievous Wanda, I don't presume to know what you're feeling.
When I try to stand up, it just comes for me again.
I've always been alone, so I don't feel the lack. It's all I've ever known. But what is grief? If not love, persevering. Oh. Sorry, pardon.
Aw.
Parents dead, brother dead, Vision dead.
Damn, chill,
What
Agnes.
happened when he wasn't there to pull you back from the darkness?
Agatha wants to know, like, her secrets. She's kind of like a hoarder of knowledge.
He was gone. His body. And I know he's here.
It's under control, but the footage we saw a couple episodes ago, it looked like she, like, broke through walls and shit. But right now it's stable.
Recover the body, that is that right?
Well, I'm his next of kin.
I understand.
Oh my god, dude, they tore him apart.
What is this? Why are you showing me this?
Legal and ethical obligation.
I just want to bury him. That's all I want.
Are you sure? A power that could bring their soulmate back online. Forgive me. Back to life.
No, I can't do that. It's...
He isn't yours.
There it is. Wait, so he knew she could bring him back?
I can't feel you.
Oh, bro. Oh, it's sad. It's what they said in Infinity War. He said, "You can't hurt me. I only feel you." Damn. Did he edit the footage? She didn't steal his body. What is going on? She's in Westview. There's Town Square. I know, we're seeing all the characters from the episodes. That's cool to see. There's the mailman. Damn, the pool's actually a dump. It looked good in like episode 2 or 3. Wait, did she move here? Like, did she get a house to grow old in? Oh. Did they plan to live together there? That's probably what it is. And there it is, constructing the house. Dude. Episode 1. What the hell? Wait, she didn't use his body? How the hell did she do that? So his body's really not there. Then why did the director lie? And how are they tracking Vision's signal if it's not really his vibranium body? Whoa.
I know what you are. You have no idea how dangerous you are. You're supposed to be a myth, a being capable of spontaneous creation. Me. This is chaos magic, Wanda. And that makes you the Scarlet Witch.
Ah! Yo, okay. Shit, this is like, well, again, I'm just really quickly saying this, what this reminds me of. It's like in The Witcher, that chaos magic. Yo, is this really, I hope this is true to her comic origin, because again, I don't know her comics, but is that simply what a Scarlet Witch is? Because magic apparently has its colors. Obviously Agnes is taken to purple. Like I don't know how that works, but maybe it's like something like the Green Lantern Corps, where each color signifies something different. Perhaps I don't know about that, but shit. Okay, we're gonna talk about this briefly because I really just want to swing into the next episode, and there's not a lot to talk about. It was pretty self-explanatory, this one. Jesus. Okay, let's turn the lights on, baby. Now I have several questions because obviously, so she's a Scarlet Witch. So apparently she's very gifted. Now I'm wondering if she always had like this magical capability within her, and as Agnes or Agatha, whatever you want to call her. Oh, hiccup. I think she proposed the idea that the Mind Stone like unlocked her abilities, like or just sped them up so she could utilize them or something, or like amplified. Obviously, if she, just put it mildly, if she was a being with powers and an Infinity Stone is basically like the steroids to that power, then that shit is crazy. That is so interesting. But what happened though? Because the director always been under her control? Because he said she stole his body, which we obviously saw she just didn't. And how is he tracking Vision's signal? Because he wants to recover the body, but that's not his body. She somehow materialized him. Did she materialize his body into this world? Like, can she do that? I mean, she's done a ton of crazy shit, but I guess it wouldn't be too out of the question if she kind of teleported matter from one place to another. I mean, obviously, Agnes did it with Quicksilver, her brother. Even if he's not like the corpse, she materialized him somehow. That's very interesting. What is going on, dude? I kind of wish I knew a little bit about her comics, so this would make a little bit more sense. The real only display of like magic I've seen is in Doctor Strange, but even then, I guess the most like kind of, I wouldn't say strange, but the most like magical it's ever been on display is his fight with Thanos in Infinity War, because he was turning like matter into birds and shit, and then he had the scene where he made like a bunch of copies of himself, then they all whipped around the Infinity Gauntlet, and that was the most like magical thing we've seen. Obviously in Doctor Strange they had like buildings flipping, and they had very basic spells, but this one is different. This is more just like all out magic, because they're changing matter into different things, teleportation, sort of, I wouldn't call it time travel, but being able to revisit the past. So obviously something in work with the mind, but it kind of all comes back to the Mind Stone, ironically, but it would make sense. But I'm very curious now. But where, if I'm not mistaken, Monica is still in this world. Like, is she gonna pull up? Because now she has some like powers or whatnot, and apparently like her children, like Scarlet Witch's children. Well, it's cool to finally say that now she has her name. Her children are real, apparently. This is every episode it answers, then just gives you more questions, which is fine. But I'm gonna, after this show's over, I'll do my research on everything, like maybe watch a few videos of like the complete explanation stuff, because I don't know too much about the magic aspect of Marvel. It's cool because, well, same thing with DC Universe. You have kind of, say for instance, Spider-Man, even though it's far-fetched radioactive spider, you kind of have this power based on science, scientific experimentation. Then you switch to Asgard, you have a literal god in Thor who's from another realm. But then you still have magic with Doctor Strange and sort of magic from like religion with Ghost Rider and his like affiliation with the devil and shit. Like it's very broad. So it's cool to finally see this more leaning towards like traditional magic with like witches and stuff. I know, again, it's hard to say there hasn't been magic when Doctor Strange existed, but this is just, it's kind of different, you know what I mean? But I didn't know Wanda was capable of this, because I always thought her powers just involved, well, obviously there was like the mind, I want to call it, was it mind reading? I think it was mind reading. I'm talking about Age of Ultron. Mind reading, being able to influence one's mind, and of course, like, she's able to just like move shit. But I didn't know she can kind of like create stuff. But as she said, she's a Scarlet Witch. So is this like a society of witches or something? Or like a special select group of witches with the unique power? Now, obviously, she has an Infinity Stone empowering her as well. Maybe that's why the Infinity Stone reacted to her, because it sensed her power within her. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to end off the video here. I know by the time this is out, I would have already finished the series, and I'd probably already have been halfway through Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I appreciate all you guys' comments, but it's still going to be interesting to see what you guys think about this, and also because I'm going to be researching the ending and stuff, so by the time this is out, it's safe to like kind of just like, if you want to in the comments, like unload knowledge or whatever, because I really want to understand this to its fullest. Because now the MCU is getting a little bit, I wouldn't call it trippy, but it's definitely like branching out into deep comic shit. Especially with Loki coming on, and the Eternals and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to do my research once this is over. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to watch the next episode. So until then, I'll catch you folks in the next video.